The power of love, a truly magical force that even stuffy old scientists can't figure out in their test tube lettuce farms. Dang nerds always thinking nature is better off replicated in a lab, but just like lettuce, love happens out in the real world and, if you're a Woodstock hippie, also in the wet, sticky dirt. However, it does make sense why science would want to reverse engineer love because its power can move buildings, unite nations, suffocate Nicole in my cuddly embrace, and kill John Lennon's witch. Are all high priority items on the deep state's agenda, but the power of love can do so much more than give you butterflies or kill a beetle, because if you're like our Red Racer Kyosuke, it can give you the courage to ask a woman miles out of your league who, I guess, does love you, but only when your face is obstructed by a mask of sorts, to leave the ragtag group of dirty kids she calls home for you and your goofy-ass, straight-laced work friends. You know, if you really think about it, this kind of describes the beginnings of our relationship, Nicole. And speaking of which, she's Nicole.
And he's James.
And this is Mostly Speakin Sentai. Oh, yes, guys. Oh, there won't be a blooper on my failed attempt. I was trying to do something weird, but my heart's not in it. This podcast is real to me, God damn it, and to everyone else listening. Real is just what you see. And you're seeing the waveforms bobbing around on Windows Media Player right now, so this podcast is also real to you, but that's not why we're here. We're here for a few things. First, and most importantly first, 1. Mostly Speakin Sentai is a proud podcast partner of the Tokusatsu Network. 2. It Takes Two to Toku over on YouTube has a new album out. And 3. This is the most important. When the gate for a road thing is coming down, don't cross the road unless you're trying to defy and piss off your mom's cop husband. Screw you, Dustin. I'll skip class and smoke cigarettes with my dirty kid friends no matter what you say. And eating a hamburger with a fork doesn't make me a pansy, you ass clown. And speaking of ass clowns,
I think they mean like an arm.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I know.
For like train tracks or what have you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But if I was just I didn't say like a traffic safety tip and then I say when the gate goes down.
Yeah.
Yo, lock the gates. That's what the hell, or not what the hell.
Show me what you're working with.
Oh, shake them titties.
Nope.
Throughout the city. They shitty. This is scat porn.
Oh.
Skibbity-bap-bap. That's my favorite kind of scat porn.
Oh.
It's just people fucking, and instead of like, oh, it's like skibbity-beep-bap-beep.
Okay.
Scat porn. And speaking of scat porn and ass clowns, but above all else, queens, my beautiful goddess Nicole.
Uh-huh.
My host as I am.
Speaking of clown asses, my handsome ghost, James.
Yes, clown asses. Wait, how so? Explain.
It's a ass painted like a clown's face.
Okay.
With like a wig, even just like a silly wig on top.
Oh, a silly wig. What about a wig silly?
No.
I'm wigging silly over here. You know, that's when you wig out, but it's in a goofy way.
Sure.
Like, it's not in a angry way. Like, I'm wigging the fuck. It's like, peefoom, peefoom. Squeezing my nose. I'm wigging out over here. Peefoom.
Uh-huh.
Squeezing my nose.
Yeah.
Nicole watched a clip assortment of Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
as bad as you thought it was? Like, scary as you thought it would be?
No, but if I had watched that like as a kid, it probably would have terrified me.
Yeah, but as a beautiful 26-year-old?
Wow.
You're 26
Wrong.
this year. You're 25 right now.
I thought it looked cool, and I can understand why people like it so much.
Yeah, it's a fancy movie.
Yeah, it's just like real weird and like kind of campy, but also cool.
And kind of also like the threat exists. Yes, they're being encased in cotton candy cocoons, but your blood is still being drained. And the cotton candy cocoons kind of just like rip your skin off immediately.
Yeah.
So it's easier to get
Like
that crazy
the
straw.
sugar dissolves your skin off.
Yeah, and that happens. Like it must be Coca-Cola in there. If you took a bath in Coca-Cola, eventually it would eat your skin away.
Sure.
For real, it would.
Sure.
I think it's like 5 weeks and it'll eat through an entire T-bone steak.
Uh-huh.
Just all that's left is the bone.
Uh-huh.
It'll be like a thicker Coca-Cola.
That's a long time.
I mean, it's still not that long of a time. But like people put that in their
To
bodies.
sit in a bathtub, yeah.
Okay. But if you knocked someone out real good every day or so,
Okay.
or if you a medical coma
Okay.
through an IV, oh, daddy, guys, let us know. I haven't done this in a long time. Hashtag Coke IV.
Uh-huh.
And
Definitely couldn't be misconstrued at
I was
all.
about to say, then they're like, what are we? Oh, the Nick over here?
Yeah.
Because he had Coke in his veins.
Yeah, the wildly popular.
It was popular.
I've literally never heard anyone else talk about it.
When it was on
except
podcasts.
for that one person that was in the fucking show.
Podcasts talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
No. It's because they're like, oh yeah, we know this person who is in the show and we love the show. And then the person came on. That's how I initially heard about it.
Uh-huh. So the same.
Yeah, I guess. But it was before they were even on the show. They were talking about
Yeah.
it and said, hey, we should get our friend who is the ambulance driver.
Yeah.
Backseat of the ambulance. That's from C-Snap.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Nicole, how have you been? You got any updates of this week?
I went to the dentist this morning
To the dentist.
because I was anxious about the condition of my teeth, but it looks like they're all good.
Wait, so even the enamel is fine?
Yeah, they said some people just have different enamel, but also they were like they took pictures and x-rays and stuff, so they're also like, we'll keep an eye on it, but like not everyone's looks like celebrities, how they're, you know what I mean?
So they held up an ice cube and they were like, you see this ice cube? You see how you can't see through it?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah,
and then they
yeah,
held
yeah.
up an ice sculpture and they were like, you see how you can see right through this ice sculpture?
Yeah.
That's also fine.
Exactly.
Different ice.
Yeah. It's ice, but it's the same.
And Nicole's
ice.
teeth are semi-translucent.
Yeah. And I don't know if I just never
You can look.
realized it before, or I don't know, man.
Next time there's an eclipse, I'm going to use your teeth to look
Oh
at
my
it.
God. You're mean.
Your family's mean.
What?
It's from Pathway. You weren't allowed to talk behind people's back. So in this situation, someone in my family said a hurtful thing to, or it's like read the room, this family member, to a teenager in Pathway, which Pathway was the inpatient, outpatient drug rehab that my brother was in when I was in 9th and 10th grade. I loved that experience. It was great. But one weekend afterwards, my brother comes back to us because we were hosting for the first and I think only time ever we hosted the female side.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah, someone on girl side said, Pat, your family's mean. But because she couldn't say, hey, insert name here is mean, you just had to blanket statement, your family is mean.
Yeah.
Even though in this case, it was just a pronoun for a person.
Yeah.
That place was great. I very much enjoyed it.
Were they correct in saying that?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was, I believe, a situation where, these are kids who have been, taken away from their families by their family.
Yeah.
But it's this new situation. They're teens for one thing.
Yeah.
They are drug addicts trying to rehabilitate. So they're angsty as fuck. And now they're very depressed if they weren't already, because, that's why most teens turn to drugs.
Yeah.
And she was obviously, once you stop taking drugs, your metabolism changes. And in Pathway, all you can really do is eat. And she was trying to get someone to say like, oh, hey, it's all fine that if you've gained weight, it's no big deal. But instead, this family member just goes like, yeah, like you guys keep eating and that's what happens. And that is what happened. And then this one person, this is the only reason why we've ever hosted Girl Side. I get a text message from my dad and stepmother saying, hey, we needed to go to the hospital. One of them with safety scissors had tried to cut themselves.
Yeah.
So it was just a shit show of a weekend.
Yeah.
And banned from hosting Girl Side.
Yeah. Yikes.
I would love a documentary about Pathway. I don't know what it would be or who it would, or I guess hey, this is teen drug use, and that's the main message we're trying to get across. But it was so fun that every single weekend, I know I've talked about it before on this podcast, and I think What the Hellmouth, these crazy rehab kids would come hang out at our house for an entire weekend.
Yeah.
And it was dope.
James, I think you just like hanging out with people that have issues.
Different walks of life,
Yeah.
I got to understand people's issues, find out why people would take bear tranquilizers, horse tranquilizers, beaver tranquilizers.
Beaver?
There was someone who their drug list was so long. You had to say what drugs you did. And it'd start out with some people would be cigarettes, marijuana, alcohol, but that maybe they did it in excess and that's why.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there was one kid where it was cigarettes and salvia. That I think was all the drugs they did, but it was enough to get them here. But one person who just was failing in the Cincinnati branch came up. So sometimes when some people would fail, it's well, you're around the area that you're used to. You're in the state. So there were 3 different ones. It was Cincinnati, Southgate, which is the Detroit area, and then one other one that I don't remember, but it may be in the Indiana area. So he came up and it was so long. It was cigarettes, cocaine, crack cocaine, methamphetamine, angel dust, this, that. And then it would always get to horse tranquilizers, bear tranquilizers. And then it became a joke of just furthering that.
Yeah.
Beaver tranquilizers.
Squirrel tranquilizers.
Just everything.
Yeah.
I hope that person's doing fantastic. I know they were a juggalo, so I hope you're doing well. Hope you found that carnival. Hope you found peace in Shangri-La. Actually, that makes it sound like they passed away.
Yeah, both. I was just going to say that. Saying, I hope you found that carnival. I wanted to say carnival in the sky.
But Shangri-La.
That's what it sounds like.
Shangri-La is the carnival in the sky.
Okay, yeah.
And then Hell's Pit. Oh, that we didn't say Juggalo at all during that album because we don't want any Juggalo to find themselves in Hell's Pit.
Yeah.
ICP for you guys.
Is a cult.
No, it's not. It's just one of us. One of us.
Yeah.
What's the thing? They go skippy dippy dabby dooby, one of us. It's from a movie.
Yeah. So it's not a cult.
It's not. It's
a gang though.
Technically it is, yes.
Yeah, see, that's where they got it wrong. It's not a gang, it's a cult.
It's insane that the Klan isn't on some gang thing, but fucking fans of
Wait,
a
are you
rap
serious?
group. Yeah, I'm pretty
Jesus
sure.
Christ.
I mean, they're on some agency's watch lists, but I don't think they're formally recognized as, I know, not a terrorist group. I don't think a gang.
Yeah.
But they are for sure watched in some areas. but not by local government because, you know, they are the local government in most
Yeah.
cases. It's real fucked up, but ICP is a gang. Juggalos are. You clearly see where America's values and priorities are.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we throw Fago at people. And it's like, hey, we want inferior races to burn. And it's like, wow.
We throw gasoline on people.
Yes,
They're
there
like,
we
oh,
go.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's much better than... But hey, what I said got you there.
Yeah. For sure.
I don't believe that. I was saying their ideology.
Yeah. We
Just
got
so
it.
no one clip that out. Please don't. Not even as a joke.
Ooh.
I will put just like a beep, just like a constant thing over it. So people are like, why is that constant beep there? And I'll be like, yeah, because I didn't want people clipping that out. But Nicole, I got one quick thing and then one like kind of long thing to talk about my week. The quick thing is I was trying noodles, or like I was trying to see if my noodles were done. It was the long circular tube ones. And I go to bite it to make sure it's tender enough, and not macaroni. What would penne?
Yeah.
Okay, so a penne pasta, and the tube falls down. It must have still had scalding hot water on, and it hit my chin. And I was like, "Ooh, that smarts right there." Didn't think anything about it. The next day, I go to like pick at my chin, and a scabby blister comes off. Like it gave me a serious burn, and it's still there. You can still see it. It's not what? It was a noodle. Oh man,
You're a noodle.
I gotta watch out for Nicole's arms now. They're dangerous, positively.
Whoa.
But my next thing, Nicole, I told you about a dream I had.
Yeah.
That I teased it. It was a nightmare.
I already forgot.
A panic one. So you and I were in Muskegon. Is someone dirt biking outside?
Yeah.
Dang. Between the pines, am I right?
Yeah.
They're probably, they have drugs on them.
Yeah.
So...
They just robbed a bank.
Oh, yeah. Robbed me a jewelry store to get me a grill. We were in Muskegon, just hanging out with your family. And all of a sudden, a specific family member of yours that you no longer talk to showed up and was like, hey, guys, I'm throwing you guys a wedding. And we were like,
yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, we don't want this. Like, we're never getting married. And especially from you, we don't want anything from you. And he was like, oh, but I spent all this time. And then other family members, even like your mom and such, were like, you know, just like throw him a bone. He put a lot of work into doing this.
Yeah, it's cute that like in your dream you think that he would do that, but like it wouldn't be. Like if anything, like he wouldn't even pay for anything. It would be all my grandma.
I mean, he would say he would.
Yeah.
And then the day comes and he's like, oh, you know, instead, look at this. I'm not, don't get it wrong. I'm not dealing drugs, but I bought myself a dirt bike. So he.
What? How is that? I'm confused.
Instead of paying for the wedding, he would instead just spend that money on himself.
What does that have to do with drugs?
We were just talking about a dirt bike. That's what you use to get around if you're dealing drugs.
I said robbed a bank.
Yeah, but then I was saying dealing drugs.
Okay.
So that's why. Don't
Okay,
get the wrong
yeah.
idea, guys.
Sure.
The kids in my high school who went brap, brap, they weren't dealing drugs. They just love to scream that and wear their entire dirt bike gear after Christmas
Yeah.
to school. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Because dirt bike gear is fucking expensive.
It's so trashy.
And so is snowboarding gear.
So trashy.
So then your middle child just gets nothing.
Yeah! Except kisses from me. You're like, James, we have to book it. They're forcing us to have a wedding. So we start booking it. But then like halfway, we're like going up, trying to get to someone's car that we can get out of. And then you're like, hold on, James, I actually have to look at something. I was like, no, Nicole, you're the one who said we had to go. And we need to go already. And then you're like, no. And I was like, I'm going to go get the car and get this. And as I'm getting the car, you're snatched up by the family. And you're like, no, James, you need to run. So I'm on the run for days. And your family member who, have we said who this? No, just the unnamed family member.
Yeah.
Has these like lackeys around town trying to find me, and they have like glowing yellow eyes.
Okay.
And I'm scared, but luckily Cord and for some reason Warren and Amanda from Whenever You're Ready, they're also there and they're like sheltering me. But because I was constantly on the run, I woke up and I thought I had like corona because I couldn't breathe and my heart was pounding.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, no, I just had a panic dream.
Yeah.
It's that 7-year itch, guys. We gotta get married, Nicole. We have to forcibly be married by one family member of yours. Just like throw him a bone.
Or everyone would show up and there would be nothing there.
Yeah.
Like, get the whole thing together and it's like, oh, it's at this, let's say it's at a church. Like everyone shows up to this church and it's like not.
There's just a stick-it note on the door saying like, hey, totally forgot, but I'm out of town. There's beer in the fridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Guys, be lucky if you have strong family support. Well, not just like everyone. If you're like, wow, my family's all aces. Good job.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think anyone has a family that's all aces. Everyone's family is fucked in one way or another.
Let's think. I haven't met all of Rudy's family, but his dad, good.
Cool.
Cord the same way.
Yeah.
His dad's real cool.
Terry's house.
Yeah, Terry's house. Whose house? Terry's house. Well, Nicole.
Yeah.
That's all I got to talk about up front. But would you like to know what episode we watched today of Carranger?
Yeah.
45, entitled The Starting Point of True Love, where Kyosuke finally friggin' grabs life by the testes, gets the confidence he needs, and
you missed at first.
What?
You missed at first.
I missed what?
You're grabbing your junk and you missed.
I wasn't really trying to grab my junk. That hurts.
Uh-huh.
Do you have testicles?
No.
Just okay, well, picture someone just like grabbing your breasts.
Yeah.
That hurts probably.
No.
A mammogram style. Have you ever told that?
No, you really don't need to.
One time I hug, I love to hug Nicole.
Don't. I hate it.
From behind. And I was like, it's the mammogram. And hugging her from behind, I went to like mammogram her boobs in between my arms. And she just starts laughing and says, no, mammogram.
Yeah, I don't like it though.
It's funny though. Just like Frank slipping on duty. But speaking of secrets, Nicole.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, we get our typical daydream sequence, but when it's talking about Kyosuke and Zonnette, episode starts daydreaming. He sees Zonnette, runs down to her. She's waiting for the bus and is like, I want to profess my love to you. And she's like, it's too late. I don't like men with secrets. Nicole.
Yeah.
Do you like men with secrets?
No.
Then I have a secret that I need to tell you. It's one that I've been saving for an instance like this. Or maybe I did tell you this. I'm not sure.
Is it about that time your mom threw dishes?
No, that's not a secret. So one time I woke up and I was like, oh, Frank, your butt smells. Mm-hmm. He was cuddling on there. So I'm like, oh, Frank, your booty is rank. Mm-hmm. So I pick him up. I escort him out and I close the door. I come back to bed. I lay down and I go, oh, he let it linger. What the H? And then I go, and then I follow the smell to someone's mouth. And I'm like, oh no, Nicole's mouth smell like booty pooty.
Wow. Thanks.
I did like a little kid laugh right there.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Bowing. I'm bowing.
Why do you just love to shame me publicly?
Shame me publicly? Why not?
So many times you farted in your sleep
What?
and I have to hold my breath.
No!
And then I have to like gently get up and spray room spray.
No! Why would you? That's not shaming me in public. That's shaming me personally. I never
That's
thought
what
I'd
you
do that.
Get,
No.
you bitch.
I thought you've never smelled me of that liking before.
No, I
Oh.
have. And I didn't bring it up because I knew that you would be embarrassed. But you fucking brought it out of me.
Shame me some more.
No.
Drench me in the shame. But I felt so bad for Franklin. That he
Yeah.
was all comfortable sleeping, and I blamed him for something he did not do.
Yeah. You should.
Yeah. You should.
You should.
It's your fault.
Sorry.
You were emulating.
I have mouthwash now.
Yeah. I
So-
haven't smelt any pooty mouth lately.
Wow.
It was just that one time, though.
Yeah.
You probably had just got done eating, I don't know, like cauliflower.
Spaghetti.
A large bushel of banana skins. Nicole loves banana skins.
Do I?
No.
Oh,
Well, that was my first note.
cool.
Yeah. But then,
The note was just shaming me?
no, it was, I don't like men who keep secrets. Then I had to think of a secret that I've been keeping. But Exhaust is like, what the fudge have you guys been up to? Why is it taking so long to blow up Earth and make it fireworks? And Zelmoda goes, oh, hey, Gynemo's taking a nap. He's been like really lame lately. And then they have the bright idea, how will we get him out of this funk, this depression? Have him marry Zonnette. The only conundrum here is, though, that Dynamo is not the first, the second, nor the third, fourth, or fifth, maybe even the sixth choice for Zonnette. And then there's this guy who is a wedding planner who looks like a wedding invite, but also has
Fuck,
the powers.
I was gonna look up what that is.
What?
That
the guy's
guy.
name? Like Bishu?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And he has arrows, Cupid style, to make people fall in love with whoever is pictured on the arrow. And it's his job to zap Zonnette. And does it happen? Who knows? Find out this time on Mostly Speakin Sentai. But he's the Bowzock's #1 wedding master. We'll stay on subject. Or I guess that's all I needed to say. He's the wedding master. Nicole, what would you say you're a master of? Or fans, let us know what you're a master of. Give us a hashtag mostly masterin' and let us know what you a master of.
I looked it up and it's not coming up, so I don't know what that thing was.
His name is E.E. Musu Binofu.
Then Google that.
What? Oh, the name? Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you were just trying to find.
No, you're right. It's just like a money envelope.
Okay. But ain't nobody got time for money envelopes anymore, Nicole.
True.
Because we're now in a world
We're in a recession.
that is just digital currency. They're trying to take coins out of the
Oh.
equation.
No more cold hard cash.
And no more coins to throw at people pretending to be asleep on the train at 1 o'clock in the morning. Remember that happened to me?
No.
Teens threw coins at me. Little did they know, I wasn't really sleeping. I just
What
didn't.
is it with teens and throwing coins?
I don't know. It's easy to have.
I guess.
Because M80s you might get in trouble for having, especially
Right.
on the train.
Right.
So just throw coins at people.
It like kind of hurts, but not enough for you to actually like get in trouble for.
And fingers crossed they're throwing at least dimes at you so you can pick that up once they leave the train.
Yeah, and you get paid for it. So, I don't know.
You feel like a very sad, stripper.
What?
Guys, don't throw coins at people unless they ask for it. Or clean the coins first, then throw it.
Nah.
Especially in this pandemic, you could get that's a felony.
Sure.
Throwing COVID coins at people.
Sure. Lick them first.
So Kyosuke is now saying, hey, I am going to get the reins in and tell Zonnette how I feel. But he's like, oh, will this work or not? He needs more confidence. So he goes to charms. He pulls out kind of like a magic 8-ball, but in paper form.
Uh-huh.
Then he's eating ice creams that have a winner on it to test his luck. And then he's looking at love horoscopes for the day, which, like me, he's a Libra. However, Nicole.
Horoscopes?
Yeah, horoscopes.
Yeah, okay.
Horoscopes?
Yeah.
So I have pulled our horoscopes, love horoscopes, for today. Nicole is a Capricorn.
No, it sounds worse. The way you're enunciating
horoscopes. One time I told my mom, hey, can you take Dakota and I to Blockbuster to rent a bunch of horror movies? And she's like, what did you just say? I said horror movies. And she said,
horror movies?
Yeah, she thought I said, hey, Mom, can you bring us to rent a bunch of horror movies from Blockbuster? They didn't rent that stuff out.
I love horror.
I do. I've been watching this dude, Dead Meat.
Yeah.
He reviews horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nicole's horoscope is interesting hobbies that you mutually share with your beloved will help you enjoy his or her company today.
Whoa.
Doing things together will also cement your relationship.
Whoa.
Use this opportunity to convey your genuine feelings and prevent him or her from feeling neglected. Wow, this is highly poignant. The reciprocation you receive will be proof enough whether you are on the right lines.
Does it also say shame them about something?
I don't know. Let me check mine. No, yeah, that's where I got the idea from. Okay, yeah, mine says that. It says, hey, in their own words, like more scientific astrology words, relationships, you razz each other. That's what mine was pretty much all about.
Yeah.
But let's read. This is for Libras today, whatever the date is. For those in a relationship, the extra time you find yourself having today will allow you to focus on your partner with special attention. Splurge on them today, if only with a showering of your affection and your emotions. That's literally every day.
I get that. I need less of that.
You're being waterboarded by affection.
Yeah.
You're being just like a wet towel over your head, a wet pillow as you're thrashing around.
Oh, no.
Trying to play dead so, hey, maybe he'll lose focus and not try and kiss my forehead for the 100th time in a row.
Yeah.
But they are sure to do the same for you. You will find your home to be a very happy and loving place to be at this time.
Did you look at any, are they all positive?
I mean, that could be not positive. It's like, say, do this or things will do bad.
Sure.
No, but I just checked us.
Sure.
So I will continue showering you with emotions, and then you... maybe one of my interests is you, so please show interest in yourself, Nicole. And then
I did. I went to the dentist today.
Oh, you went to the dentist.
Hashtag self-care, baby.
Paradise.
For the first time in 5 years.
Magic can happen to you. Dragon Ball, baby. Guys, One Piece is quantifiably better than Dragon Ball Z.
Ha! Ha!
It's just Dragon Ball Z frustrates you to be like, just get to the fucking battle. End this already.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. How long we had to watch Goku run on a snake.
It's just so ridiculous. Maybe we should try out Dragon Ball Kai because it cuts out a lot of the filler.
What is it?
It's just a re-edit of Dragon Ball Z, like that Funimation made.
Why the fuck didn't we do that?
Because I was like, well, the filler can be good. We never would have seen Gohan.
Gregory!
No, Gregory would still be in there.
Okay.
But we might never have seen Gohan hang out with that robot.
Or slowly cut a dinosaur's tail off day by day.
Yeah, we never would have seen him go on to figure out he's on an island, maybe?
Yeah.
Was that the same? Has he always been on that island?
Yes.
Okay, see, I was under the assumption that he went in like an underwater tunnel.
No, that is what happened. And then he ended up on an island.
Okay.
And that's where they are.
This show. We're going to try out after this episode because oh no, it's just dead skin. Because I know this next episode, like the next few episodes are like, hey, the battle is happening. Goku is back. And then we get the famous line coming up soon.
Vagina says it?
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yes.
I'm excited. Yeah. Where were we, though?
His power levels, they're over 9,000.
Oh, technically it's supposed to be 8,000 or 7,000. It was just different in the dub. It was translated poorly.
Vagina's gonna say it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I want to check out that vagina. He sexes a blue-haired lady.
Okay.
And friggin' impregnates her.
Spoilers.
You don't know that?
Kyosuke wants Zonnette to quit being in the Bowzocks. Like, by using his love, he's gonna convince her.
Yeah, the power of love. The intro.
Yeah.
I got you with the power of love to stay living.
Wait, so actually your dream was very relevant for this episode. I didn't even connect to that.
I didn't either.
This wedding. Because, you already said it. They're going to get Dynamo wedded.
Yes.
Which didn't make sense to me because that was his motivation. That's like what everyone's motivation seemed to be, was to do this for Zonnette. But if he is married to her, then I guess he would still want to do it to make her happy. But I feel like all of the other people would maybe be less motivated.
I think it's because he's depressed right now. And in order to give him the motivation to just do anything.
Or maybe I'm just like being sexist.
I don't know.
Wait,
how are you being sexist? That men only want to do stuff if they're going to get their dick wet?
Yeah.
Their huang wet?
Yeah.
No, I do stuff without the intention of my dick getting wet.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Except for showers. I do that for that specific reason.
Oh my God, shut up.
My penis gets wet. It's getting a little stinky dick. My dick is foul. And by that I mean it's curl and barbed. Like a duck, a fowl.
No.
You wish it were.
Okay.
Because then it'd be cool, I guess. You could mold it. All of a sudden my penis is your muse.
Oh yeah, he goes to, yes, you said this. He goes to a bookstore, which just like reminded me of Chinatown and made me sad because I want to go to Chinatown.
Man, I want those dumplings from that place.
The guy, Miss Binofu, shoots a arrow that's supposed to hit Zonnette to make her fall in love with Dynamo, and it hits a bench. And the bench gets like a face on it, and they like animate it walking away to go find Dynamo.
I was hoping that would have been a lot more of the episode.
Yeah, I was hoping like the bench would show up at their like base later.
Yeah. There was an episode where objects became sentient. It was very early on. I think maybe the first Signal Man. It's like when we first met Ichitaru.
Okay.
Ichitaro. So maybe they were like, well, we already did that.
Yeah.
We don't need them. Because someone like stamped a building and the building started like trying to become sentient.
Yeah.
So Kyosuke, like the final battle is happening. But first, I guess we should talk about, they go to a church and they're sitting in the different aisles of the pew and kind of having a heart to heart of like, yeah, you love me and I love you, but there are like differences here. I don't love you without the suit on because you have a monkey face, and you can't be with me because I'm a Bowzock. There are these underlying issues, but she leaves, and then the wedding master finds her and tries to shoot her with arrows as she's running along the beach on rocks in heels. Like, they're not high, but holy shit, that's a rolled ankle if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
And we see Kyosuke come to her and say like, hey, I am going to rescue you, but to this wedding master, it felt a lot like One Piece of like, I'm going to kick your ass without the suit on to prove to Zonnette that I am the Red Racer without the suit on.
Yeah.
And she was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're getting your ass handed to you. You can change into the Red Racer right now. Please do it. Why are you being weird right now? But he succeeds.
Barely.
He does succeed in troves. But not before the wedding master says, I'm going to use my special attack, which is the helping hands attack, which is just him turning into like this rope to be like tied the knot around her waist, but then also control her, which makes it seem like he uses this attack to force a marriage on an unwilling person.
I mean, that's exactly what he's doing.
It's unpleasant.
Yeah.
It's alarming.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't sign a contract with a person being influenced like that.
They're evil.
I guess so. This truly shows that the Bowzock are evil. Not since, but now that I've just been like, yeah, they're a bunch of goofballs.
Yeah, I mean, they work for Exhaust now. Clearly, by this episode, it's not Zonnette anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they win with the help of Radietta, Zonnette's sister.
Well, okay, because Kyosuke beats him up, and then the thing guy, the Bowzock, just grows real big, and then you're like,
real big.
Fuck, they're gonna get crushed.
Oh, wait, one quick thing. They beat the knot attack by Kyosuke hugging Zonnette.
He grabs the sword with his bare hand.
He's hardcore.
Even though the sword doesn't look sharp at all, though.
But it is. His hand's bleeding.
It's supposed to be. But yeah, and then he hugs her.
And that through the power of love. I yawned. And now Nicole's yawning. It's contagious.
No.
Hey, guys, film yourself yawning to us yawning. And it breaks the knot. And that's the power of love, guys. So I now need to hug Nicole more to try and break the evils of depression.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it works. What if that you don't even need to take medication anymore?
Okay.
It's just hugs from me. But then Radietta shows up with the new and improved Robocat, and she says giant mode, and it goes meow.
Yeah.
I love that it's just a canned
awesome.
Cat meowing. Just like, hey, we'll just get a cat meowing once. It's not a cute meow. It's just kind of an angry meow, an annoyed meow. Meow.
Yeah.
And then it grows big. The other Carranger, who have been very supportive in Kyosuke.
I wonder if there's a figure of that.
Oh my God. There needs to be.
Oh.
I guarantee you Power Rangers never used it.
No.
It's just too weird. But if they did, please tell us. Prove me wrong. let's message Bandai, say, hey, please make a SH figure, whatever that's called, of Robocat.
Yeah.
Boombox included.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And then my last note is that Zonnette is the only character who throughout this entire series has grown as a character. She has had an arc of growth where she started out as just a jump roping Ambien fiend. And she's matured. She's like, oh, wow, this group that I'm in who used to just be like these reckless, rowdy bunch have turned over into being influenced by this dark ass figure who wants to kill someone that I have grown to love.
Yeah.
I need to break away from them. And then in doing so, she is now like, oh, I need to go to my homeland, my home planet, because
Fan belt.
this exhaust guy is exploiting my planet for its resources. So she might feel a little responsible for that. She needs to finally take action and be held accountable for what she's been doing and grow. And it's been great.
And I like that it wasn't just a quick switch just for story purposes, if that makes sense. Like in previous episodes up until now, she's been like sabotaging their stuff and like not wanting to participate in some of their plans.
Yeah, the seeds have been planted.
Yeah, so it's like she's been against this for a while, so she's finally like, this is not okay.
Even with her going back to her home planet, that had been previously established by Radietta saying like, hey, mom and dad need our help for something.
Yeah.
The business is, you're needed at home.
Yeah, and I'm like really happy that wow, words. That's the way they went, and it wasn't just like she didn't want to be a Bowzock just because she wanted to be with Kyosuke.
Yeah, she is a fully fledged character now.
Yeah.
Whereas no one else is. Maybe Dapu. Dapu has also had a small arc, you know, with his family, with his friends, coming to grips with who he is as what he thought was the lone Hazardian out in the world. But that's it. That's my notes for this.
Did we say that she's the princess of Fan Belt?
I think I've said that in a previous episode.
So she transforms her outfit into like a very cutesy like princess outfit. So it's almost like maybe she didn't like that Kyosuke showed her that he was actually like a person because she was also hiding who she really is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
It's a
Good ep.
a cute one, but also very action-packed. And we're coming to the end.
Whoa.
We got 3 more episodes left of Carranger, and then probably the Mega Ranger movie I think we'll rewatch.
Okay.
And then on to Time Ranger.
Yeah.
Chia! And we're going to need to find remote guests to get on those episodes.
Sure.
But Nicole, what you got to plug?
Follow Darling Homebody on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook. I've been kind of experimenting with I don't like calling it toy making because that's not really what it is, but they're called art toys or like figures, making like resin copies of little like clay sculptures. So I've been posting a lot on there if that's something you're interested in. Also Patreon, I do a monthly sticker magnet. And I'm trying to post more videos of the resin stuff for more behind the scenes type things instead of just photos. And darlinghomebody.com for cool stuff like pins and patches and other cool stuff.
Yeah, and the Patreon is patreon.com/darlinghomebody. Is that it?
Yeah.
Nicole? All right. Hey, guys, please go over. This is what I'm plugging this week. Go over to our YouTube page or our Twitch page. Over on YouTube, just search Mostly Speakin Sentai. Links in the description, I think. I started playing Legend of Dragoon over there. In the coming weeks, we have Tito at @_Tito on Twitter. He's over there. Nicole's on an episode. I'm playing through that, talking about JRPGs, and just having a good time reliving this classic, this 4-disc epic. And then over on Twitch, I've been playing Monster Rancher 3, which I'm loving this game. It is so fun. It's incredible. So great. Monster Rancher 3.
You got a freaking dragon, bro.
I beat A rank, so next is up to S rank with a plant that I thought was just a jobber ass. And
that cute flower?
Yeah. But in doing this, I tried getting a Missy Elliott CD to work. If you watch the streams, you'll know it. Which also on Facebook, you can currently watch the streams in whole. I'm going to edit them to put over on YouTube eventually. But in doing so, like this Missy Elliott CD said, "Oh, you need to beat an A rank tournament in order to get this." I was like, "Well, that's the goal now. I need to find out what this monster is. It looks like it's a dragon, but I don't know." And that's what it was, because I got A rank barely. I was like, oh my God, so close to dying. Please, Twitch, it's Mostly Speakin Sentai. Link in the descriptions probably, or just search it. It would mean a lot to us if you followed either of these channels. And then go over to patreon.com/MLM pod, where you can get every single Friday exclusive podcasts such as Talking About Beyblade, the Toku Reading Corner, and Engaged with Nicolas Cage. Those are podcasts Nicole and I are doing that can only be heard over on patreon.com/MLM pod. And if you're like, oh man, I want to be one of these cool people and be a $10 patron, aka Franklin's follower, you get written into Carranger. And I write you in and shout you out just like I'm about to do. So let's get down to business with Steve F., the most charitable man in Carranger. Did you know humans in loving long-term relationships, on average, live 5 years longer than those in rage-filled toxic relationships? Well, Steve is here to make sure everyone gets that extra 5 years added to their life's inventory, so he started his new charity, Love in a Haystack, where he uses a highly accurate algorithm to match couples, thruples, and more to their life partner. Guaranteed no money back either, because it for real works. In fact, it works so well that college dorm committees licensed the use of Steve's algorithm to better match up random dorm mates at the beginning of the year. Unfortunately, though, this process proved too successful and led to most dorm students failing this semester on account of, all the boning. But hey, at least they have that extra 5 years to make up those credits. Next up is Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, the rightful Red Racer, and holy crap, with Kyosuke looking to settle down with Zonnette, it might be Eric's time to emerge from the shadows as the true leader of the Carranger. And oh boy, does Eric have some great plans for the team, such as Star Trek on the break room TV, paid sushi breaks, Dapu officially being recognized as the 6th Carranger, and new costumes sponsored by Ranger Command Power Hour with logo and all printed on the back, Little League style. Man, things are gonna be great. Wait. Oh no. False alarm, Eric. Looks like Kyosuke and Zonnette are taking it slow like a couple of fogies on the scenic route. Dang fogies. Like always, maybe next time, Eric. Now on to Alex Z, aka The Waz, and new manager of Pegasus Auto. This week it seems like everyone and their sister's mother is shipping Kionetta, praying to Jesus' brother's dad that they end up together. So why is Alex, who is normally a champion of love, against this marriage? Well, for the obvious reason that all of her staff is going to request the wedding weekend off, seeing as not only will they all be invited, but be in the wedding party as well. And she's no monster, so she'll have to approve all the time off requests, leaving her understaffed for a few days. Let's hope the Carranger are being mean to Dapu that week, so she'll at least have the magical helping hands of the Hazardian, as well as a few spited Bowzock whose invites seem to have gotten lost in the mail. Next, we have Orion, aka Defo, the Bowzock's #1 medic. He's here today to tend to the worst injury of them all, the most difficult surgery to perform, the wound that only time will heal. Gynemo's broken heart. Defo, this one might be tough, but you have all the tools you need. An empathetic mind, a pint of Ben & Jerry's chocolate therapy, and oh, wait. What is this? Defo and Gynamo accidentally reached for the same spoon. Whoopsie. But as their hands touch, they look up at each other, eyes meeting at the same time. Could this? No, they both think as they turn away while blushing. Screw it! There's no point in fighting this because the power of love always wins. Oh, they're in love, guys. They're in love. Well, I guess the best medicine for a broken heart isn't time. It's falling in love with one of the bros in your biker gang. However, Defo, I think you may be violating some of the Hippocratic Oath, but who cares? You're in love! And finally, it's Kayla, aka Two Grapes, the Bowzock's #1 travel agent. Like all good agents of travel, when Two Grapes hears wedding bells, she thinks honeymoon! So she's hard at work planning Kyosuke and Zonnette's post-wedding itinerary. Now, you might be thinking to yourself that 5 weeks to visit Michigan's beautiful Mackinac Island is a little too much. You only need a week tops to experience its fudge shoppies, saloon-style restaurants, 19th century cemeteries, and many casinos in the surrounding areas. And to that, you'd be right. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so our two lovebirds will need to self-quarantine for 2 weeks in a Mackinac hotel campground, then for another 2 weeks when coming back to Pegasus Auto. Good thing they don't have any college finals to cram for, because there's no time to study between all that marital boning. Oh yeah, Nicole, marital boning. What are your thoughts on that? Two married people having sex.
Marinara boning.
Ooh, nice. That's like marinating a bone, a ham bone maybe, in some honey, and then
you know what we haven't said in a while?
What's up?
Finger your dad.
Oh yeah, double finger your dad, especially if you hate him.
Yeah.
You can also middle finger your mom.
No. No.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. Remember, we're a proud podcast partner with the Tokusatsu Network. And I'll put in one of It Takes Two to Toku's beautiful covers from their new Toku Live in 87. I want to say 85, but they told me it's not 85, even though it rhymes a little. Please go over to YouTube, check that out. And was there one other thing? Oh, yes. In the shout outs, I purposefully say Star Trek and not Star Trek. Don't at me. I did it for creative purposes. But I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
And we've been Mostly Speakin Sentai. Bye-bye.
Okay. 行きましょう。変身。光のオーロラ身にまとう君は戦う人になれ傷つくことを恐れたら地球は悪の手に沈む Come on! Wake up! The hero! 光と闇の果たしないバトル
spin me right round, baby, right?
round when you roll round, when you roll round.
Yes,
Oh, guys, yes. Oh, my heart wasn't in it. I tried doing something weak. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.